Here we go. Episode number 38 uploaded and coming at you here on Horse Race Bets. I'm Ken Rudulph. Let's get down to business after another interesting Kentucky Derby prep weekend. We'll kind of discuss exactly what this means for us and where we go from here. All right, we all saw it. American Promise, really impressive performance, winning the Virginia Derby. Engaging getaway car immediately out of the gate, going pretty quick early on. Some really honest fractions. They were moving along there, and then American Promise able to get away from the field, render judgment, making up some ground there. Omaha doing the same thing. Getaway car holds on and runs fourth. So those horses now move up automatically. American Promise is up there in the top 5 of your Kentucky Derby qualifiers, and with those points. So I guess the question for us is, what does this mean for our Kentucky Derby top 5? It means absolutely nothing to me. Citizen Bull still tops. Journalism and Sovereignty right there at 2 and 3. Now, here's where things get interesting. 4 and 5 are spots that have been rotating, as I really can't find a 4th and 5th horse that I really think is going to be in the mix. Coal Battle might make my list maybe in a couple weeks, but right now, Poster and Baby Max will get those 2 spots, and we'll see if they can hold on to those 2 spots because they have a big challenge coming up this weekend. And they're not the only ones. It's a crazy field of runners coming up in the Grade 3 Jeff Ruby Stakes. That's coming up at Turfway Park on that synthetic this weekend. That's Saturday. So the thing that makes this so interesting, right, is that we're getting to the point where you have to start really earning your points. And so these races now, 100 points for your winner. That's huge. Win the race, you're automatically in the gate for the Kentucky Derby. Let's take a look at the runners who have entered into the race. It's a good size field. 13 of them entered. Candytown is the also eligible to the outside. Probably not going to get in. But take a look at this field, and I already think that Poster is extremely interesting, especially if John Velasquez rides this horse. But the issue with this race is the pace. I don't know if there's going to be enough of it. So now that makes certain runners really intriguing. So we already know California Burrito is going to go. He likes being out there, and he's very, very dangerous when he's out there. The question is, will Charlie's To Blame, the horse just to the inside, go with that runner as well? Horse has been showing speed going on the turf course. We'll see if they can use that same early lick on the synthetic. And then there's Baby Max. Love that horse, but he's not really a speed horse, so he's going to sit off the pace and see if they can run them down. He does a great job on the synthetic, just couldn't get to California Burrito last time out. So now it comes down to the coach again. Innovator. Innovator is the other horse that's honestly shown speed. He has to get out there and commit. So the thing that's kind of making me annoyed with these Derby preps, and it happens all the time, is a lack of consistency in the form. American Promise had shown some speed and then didn't show any speed the last 2 times out, and then all of a sudden showed that speed again in the Virginia Derby. Innovator showed consistent speed all the way through, almost stole away in the Lecomte, then in the Rebel had nothing to offer. And Coal Battle just took care of business after Madaket Road tried to get away. So these horses, hopefully they'll be on top of their game because you need pace to set it up for someone to make their move. So I'm just hoping these horses do their job, so to speak, right? So when you look at it, it's also really interesting. The distance is going to be telling. The 1 1/8 distance is going to be a challenge. And the reason why I think Poster is very intriguing, he's already proven himself at the 1 1/8 distance. He took the Grade 2 Remsen at Aqueduct as a 2-year-old, and it was a really, really nice performance. And now second off the layoff here for Owen Hardy. And as I say, if Johnny V really, really does get a chance to ride this horse, man, I think he is live. And of course, you know, Baby Max is still my baby. I like that horse a lot. Does a great job on the synthetic there at Turfway Park. Just couldn't get to California Burrito. California Burrito is a good horse. He ran very well at Churchill Downs early on, so he's already got that going for him, right? And now he's already performed well over the synthetic. He's for real. But this could be another situation where we're looking for a Rich Strike type of horse. Rich Strike could not win during those preps. Had that great performance at Churchill for the maiden score, but could not win the prep races and just kept kind of gobbling up ground from off the pace on the synthetic, and then everything worked out for him when they went back to Churchill. Poster's that kind of horse. Baby Max is that kind of horse, so we'll see if they get the right trip, right? If everything sets up for them, and if they can push through and get on through. We'll have a more finalized version of this coming up later on in the week. And speaking of this week, a lot of stuff happening. Hey, look, don't forget you have Santa Anita running today on Monday for St. Patrick's Day. So luck of the Irish to y'all, yeah? And then you've got, of course, 3 tracks we're going to focus on this week. You have to focus in on Turfway Park. Just to kind of see how the track's playing and what the horses are doing and the local connections, things like that. Fairgrounds, obviously. Fairgrounds on Saturday, their late pick 5 sequence is going to be awesome. They don't mess around. Going to be full field, really, really, really competitive. That's going to be exciting. And then Gulfstream Park this weekend looks really, really nice as well. So those are the 3 tracks we're going to focus on, mainly Turfway Park and Fairgrounds, because that's where our Kentucky Derby prep races will take place. So that's what we're working with this week. All right, so we'll hopefully get off to a great start. Hopefully we can cash some tickets here on Monday and continue to build and build and build. We took a bath this last weekend. All the horses we liked, just getaway car, could not get away. So that ruined everything for us. Anonima, oh my goodness, who ran a really good race in the Virginia Oaks. I didn't expect her to be on the front end, but I'm okay with it. I like the filly. I'm going to stick with her. So we'll talk about fillies more, talk about 3-year-old colts and geldings more. Older horses are coming back. The champion, Sierra Leone, is coming back. That's going to be so much fun. A lot to look forward to this weekend. So we'll get to that as we make our way through the week. Hey, in the meantime and in between time and until next time, I'm Kenny Rudolph here on Horse Race Bets A. Until next time, good luck and enjoy whatever you're into. And let's cash some tickets and let's build towards a huge, huge, huge payday on Kentucky Derby Day.